budget sounds like a bad word to people sometimes. Like
Yes.
budget, but it doesn't have to be. Look at it as a planning tool. This is going to get me ahead. So yeah, let me welcome this budget. If it's the basis for where all financial decisions are made, sign me up.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be better, how bad do I want to be better financially?
The time is now to boldly step forward, love with intensity, and embark on the journey to create the best version of yourself. Let's breach these barriers together. Hello, family. Welcome back to the BreEvolve podcast. I'm your host, Bree, and I'm so grateful that you came back to spend time with me as we are on this journey to become our best selves together. We in this together, guys. Today, I am especially thrilled to introduce our guest, Breanna Colón, a financial strategist and educator who truly embodies the spirit of empowerment. I had the privilege of sitting down with her at the table, a Women's Empowerment Summit, and her insights are as enlightening as they are encouraging. I had to speak with Breanna, not only because we have the same name, but that had a lot to do with it, pronounced differently, spelled the same way, but also because I feel like we have a lot of fear around the topic of money. So I figured if we openly talk about it and address some of the issues or common mistakes, then we could feel more confident and secure with managing our finances. Breanna is a highly driven personal financial strategist with over 20 years of experience in the financial services industry. Before joining Right Time Financial as a managing partner, she founded and led a prominent financial education firm. Breanna's holistic approach to financial coaching has helped countless clients achieve financial freedom, instilling confidence and delivering unparalleled customer service through her authentic actions. As the president and CEO of Integrity Financial, Breanna's focus goes beyond the individual client success to the growth and the knowledge of her associates in areas like retirement, college planning, insurance, mortgages, and budgeting. Her gratitude to God for her gifts fuels her passion for serving her community through financial literacy. Breanna, a Park University alumna with degrees in management and accounting, is also a devoted wife and mother to 3 sons. Whether educating on financial matters or leading worship at her church, Breanna thrives on connection with others. A travel enthusiast and the author of The Secrets of Saving Money, Experiencing the Unlimited, Breanna is a beacon of light and encouragement. One of her favorite quotes, "Success is the intersection of preparation and opportunity," reflects her philosophy. If you aspire to financial success just as I do, then Breanna is the one to have by your side, okay? Get ready to be inspired by her story and her expertise, and I hope this blesses you just as much as it blessed me and empowered me in my financials. Let's go. Hello, Breanna.
Hi, Breanna.
I had to talk to you because I said, oh, it's my girl. We spell it the same way.
That's right.
But today we have Breanna, CEO and president of Integrity Financial and financial strategist. So I have so many questions because financials is like a scary topic for a lot of people. I'm going to only ask you a few since we only have a few minutes.
Okay.
But can you share with us your journey in the financial industry and what led you to this?
Actually, it was birthed out of a bad financial experience. I started out wanting to be an accountant, so I thought. Then that's where I got my degree in, thinking, oh, this is my plan for life, And eventually I got bored in the accounting field. I just felt like that just wasn't it, and I kept searching for something. And then kind of fast forward, when we bought our first house, it was a bad financial experience, just the whole customer piece. And I remember saying at that time, if I ever get into the financial industry, I'm going to know how to treat my customers, And so I knew I wanted to be able to help people to get into a better place financially, but I couldn't figure out like how to monetize it. That was kind of the first thing. And then eventually the Lord led me to talk to my pastor about offering a financial boot camp.
Oh, nice.
And that was like 2007.
Okay.
And he trusted me because he only knew me at that time as just a worship leader and musician. He hadn't seen me in the financial arena, so it was like a really big ask and really big for him to trust me. But he did. We had over 100 people do the 6-month financial boot camp that year, and that was the beginning of what has now grown into a financial firm, helping and empowering people to do well financially. It excites me to see people make a transformation.
I can tell it excites you, and I love that. And 100 people for your first boot camp. That's amazing. That's
Yes.
You said God led you.
That's right. Absolutely. I asked him because I was so nervous. I'm like, Lord, if you just let me know, you tell me when, and I'll know. And I knew my heart was beating out of my chest. I'm like, it's time. Okay, just do it.
Just do it.
And he
right.
said yes. He said yes. Praise the Lord. So
Yes. So you take a holistic approach to financial coaching. Can you explain what that entails and why it's important to achieve financial freedom?
Well, I think it's important that when people are not where they feel they need to be financially, a lot of times it has to do with our financial habits. And so our approach is a mindset and money approach. So it's not just, hey, let me give you some numbers and give you a budget and you be on your way, but it's also understanding what are the things financially that have hindered you from being able to be where you feel you should need to be financially. And so we help people to get to the root issues because sometimes people have spending issues. You know, they want to buy a house, they want to buy a car, they want to do all these things, but maybe they're not saving enough. They don't have what they need to do for retirement. They don't have a budget, all these things. So we take and ask a lot of questions to understand the history so then we can give you strategies for both how you make your financial decisions as well as how to come up with the right financial plan.
And I love that because I know there are some firms that will fix your problem, but then have you coming back because you're going to do it again.
Right.
You're going to get in the mess again. So you're actually trying to allow them to achieve financial freedom. And
That's
I love
right.
that. Yeah.
That's right. We want a lifestyle change.
Yes. With over 20 years of experience. I'm sure you've probably heard it all, whether it be fear or shame around money. Dealing with financials can be very intimidating. What would you say to the person who feels like they're just too much in debt and can't get out? What would be the first step to getting out of it?
The first step is acknowledging that we have to be willing to be honest with ourselves if we want change to occur. You know, if we're in the box, like I get that a lot where people come in the door that feel like they make great money and they don't have enough to show for it. And they feel what you just said. They feel ashamed, they feel embarrassed, they feel all these feelings. But my goal is always to make my clients laugh at least once during the session because I already know they're coming in with all these ill feelings like, oh, I don't want to, but they feel like a weight has been lifted. Like once you just get it all out on the table, this is everything I have going on. Because it's the same as going to a doctor. In order for the doctor to be able to properly diagnose your problem, you have to be willing to say all the things that are going on, all of the symptoms. And so it's the same way for us, like a financial doctor, to say, hey, tell me everything you got going on, where do you want to be, and then let's start putting the pieces of the puzzle together to help you get there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm just in the mindset of we're always hiding from it. So when you put it like that, a financial doctor, you got to put it all up on the table to actually fix the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually had someone tell me one time, I feel like I just had open heart surgery.
I can imagine.
But she felt so much better afterwards.
Oh my goodness, I love that. What are some common financial mistakes you see people make often?
Well, with women, it's the spending is the common factor. You know, one of the things that we have them do is a 2-month spending report where they have to really go through and list out where the money has been going. And when they start seeing like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I spent this much at Starbucks. I can't believe Amazon. Oh,
I just recently did that, so I'm like, oh, yep, I know the feeling.
So I think, you know, the spending piece is, you know, huge. And now I've forgotten the question because I got off on a tangent.
Right. Look, and I was like, I know that, making that budget, going through.
Yeah, you know, budget sounds like a bad word to people sometimes. Like, budget, you know, but it doesn't have to be. Look at it as a planning tool. You know, this is going to get me ahead. So, yeah, let me welcome this budget. If it's the basis for where all financial decisions are made, sign me up.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be better, how bad do I want to be better financially?
Yeah. Oh, but the question was common financial mistakes you see people make.
Yes, common financial mistakes. So I was talking about the spending. Yes, emotional spending also is a common mistake that people make. Their coping mechanism becomes retail therapy, or their coping mechanism is eating out. Once upon a time, it was mine. My go-to was Wendy's, of all places, where I just, emotionally, if I've had a bad day, I'm going to Wendy's and I'm getting a double cheeseburger, some fries, and a Coke, and it just made me feel better.
Yeah.
But that's a mistake because it leads to overspending that you would otherwise not have done.
Yeah.
The other common financial mistake is not educating ourselves when it comes to our retirement. Because women we have the right idea of, we know we need to have a retirement account, we know we need to put money in, but we don't understand all the time about what it really means to have a retirement plan. There's a difference between retirement account, I'm putting money in, and retirement plan. I know that what I'm doing is going to get me where I want to be by the time I'm 62, 65, or whatever age it is that I want to retire.
Yes. How would you even go about that? Like starting out a retirement plan?
Well, for most, they start with their employer plan. But even if, we're dealing with self-employed people who own businesses, you can start with a Roth IRA. That's a great place to start because that allows you to accumulate money on a tax-free basis. And so it's really about getting started, because there is a cost to waiting. So the longer we wait, the more money we need to accumulate in order to be able to retire when and how we want to. So the earlier we can start, the better it's going to be.
Yeah. Thank you. So home ownership is the goal. I always hear something you need to check off your list. Can you explain why owning a home is so important? Or if it's important in your opinion?
Well, I do think that owning a home is important. It's an asset, so it's something that you own, but it is something that will allow you to build equity versus the money that you're giving away when you're paying rent. Then you're continuing to pay for months and months and months, and you get nothing in return. Whereas you could purchase a home, and in some areas you could own it for a couple of years, turn around and sell it, and actually make money back. So there are definitely benefits there. There's also benefits from a tax perspective because you have something to write off. You're not writing off rent. You're just giving away money. So, all of those are important factors as far as being ready and able to purchase a home.
Yes. Okay. Just one more question for you. I feel like I held you up so long.
I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
Yes. So you're not only a financial strategist, but an author, worship leader at your church. How do you balance it all?
Ooh, very carefully. No, no. I mean, it requires being organized and being able to manage your time. That's really the thing. I have a to-do list that I have to rewrite on a daily basis in order to be able to manage out, okay, I'm running a business, I have staff and a team, and but I also love worshiping. I love the opportunity to be able to lead people in worship, and so that I get to do once a month. Keyword being I get to do because it's a privilege.
I love it.
So being able to balance all of that is all about the time management, and really being organized. Those are the key factors to be able to multitask, if you will.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, it's nice meeting my twin too.
I told y'all Breanna has some great tips, right? Right. I was just like, we need more of this. If we all just speak openly about it, we won't feel so much shame or embarrassment around money. So I also spoke with Lola at Capital Bank. Capital Bank was one of the sponsors of the table, and I feel like there's such great tips shared here as well. So let's get into our conversation, and I hope it blesses you just as much as it blessed me. Let's go. I have Lola here with Capital Bank, one of the sponsors of the table. What made you all sponsor this event?
We sponsored a year before last, and I was very impressed with the work that's being done, and I feel like what we do is so important to empower women to purchase their own homes, to have financial security in their lives, so I'm so happy to be here.
What do you hope the audience will take away from Capital Bank today?
I hope that the audience can have time or information about how anybody can purchase a home and how important it is to purchase a home and have a place that you have security for your family, and that it's not beyond anybody's reach, that it's available for everybody.
Yeah, I always hear home ownership. That's like one of the goals, something you need to check off. Can you tell us why it's so important to own your own home?
Owning your own home gives everybody around you security, because it's the nest, and it's very important, you know, to women to have your nest. And it also gives you financial security in the future that it's hard to see when you first buy a house, but as you grow older, you see how that's really important, because it's a huge savings account that you have for your future. You have a lot of freedom when you own your own house. So those are the things that I think are very important.
Thank you so much, Lola.
You're welcome.
And I will speak to you later.
Thank you.